For 10 years, I have...
Hello, friend. You find me now amidst the bones of all I am, of the thing that mattered most to me in my too long life. You know, I wasn't sure it was possible to be less than a man, for I was a man once. This room was to be a shrine to one of my dearest friends, but now that shall never come to pass. Look around, and I will recount what was meant to be. I've made such a terrible mistake, you see. In a universe at its own throat, where every living thing works daily to keep body and soul together, there's not much appetite for history, for stories. The Leverian may not be a real place, a place you can reach out and touch, but to reality it was anchored, and reality demands a tithe. It takes coin to keep this place rest, this shrine to memory, and a savvy businessman I was not. To be less than a man is to be a fool. And fool I was. Did I never tell you of Dante? No, I suppose I didn't. I suppose I hadn't the fortitude. The entirety of the Leverian is shaped by the lack of him, though perhaps only in ways that I can see. Though, by definition, a weapon of war, Dante was, first and foremost, a student of history. And he was my friend. Truthfully, much of the Leverian would not exist were it not for that bold, two-fisted academician's devotion to both myself and the cause of better understanding our history and ourselves. It shames me to think of what he would have to say about what I have done to our shared endeavor. Parvos Granum, you know the name. He of the gilded hand and gilded tongue. For an age he has sought what Dante and I had gathered together, our collected treasures. For one such as Granum, there is no such thing as enough. In an age with no appetite for memory, maintaining a shrine to our shared history seemed folly. And so, in a low moment, I signed it all away. I do not know what possessed me in that moment. I have no need for money, or food, or shelter, or care. Perhaps I merely felt my time was done, that the past had served its use, and me along with it. Whatever the reason, I allowed myself an instant to feel my misery to be greater than my life's purpose. A momentary indulgence that may be paid by every future generation until the sun goes dark. I would give much for my friend to have been here. Dante and I, we tempered each other's unique compulsions. You would have liked Dante, I feel. His end began, as it did for so many souls, with the Entrati family. The patriarch of that benighted family had fallen into decadence and disrepute, his name sullied by controversy and implications of madness. Then an erstwhile associate of mine, a gentleman by the name of Lloyd, a Master Entrati's man for more than a lifetime, well, vanished. Lloyd, his master, and his entire lineage just gone. There were rumors, of course. Master Entrati was known at that time for outlandish claims and questionable science relating to voices he was hearing, I believe. Gods from beyond the veil and whatnot. After the disappearances, Dante, never one to let a good mystery go, insisted on infiltrating the Entrati manse and learning the truth for himself. I, however, being more familiar with the confidential details of Master Entrati's interests, urged him otherwise. I suppose you wonder why I would do such a thing, if I believed Master Entrati to be fit for little more than the asylum. Lloyd was, as I said, a dear friend. We spoke often. His last missive to me was a simple one. We end as we began. As a student of history and its occult apocrypha, I know the terrible import of those words, and so I cautioned Dante to remain by my side. He promised to do so, then did otherwise, and I never saw him again. Perhaps I was not so deft at tempering him as he was of me, and that, I suppose, was my first great failing, the parent of this second and most final one. I imagine you surmised why I have summoned you here. To ask that, in the name of whatever friendship we share, to lend your aid to my impossible predicament. To help preserve, not me, not this shadow of a man I once was, but to keep this monument to history alive, so that future generations may learn from it and never repeat our most shameful mistakes. Granham's obsession with that bygone age demands pieces of such. Ironic, really, that one man's interest in history serves only to strip an edifice whose singular purpose was to protect it. But there remains one slim hope: the sourcing of artifacts from places other than the Laverian, sourced by you at my direction. Help me, friend. Help me, that my one great and final mistake not be the error that turns our collective history and the work of lifetimes to a single miserable use, making a rich man richer. Tenno, if you can hear this, then you will have decided to act as my field associate. I need Entrati artifacts to keep Parvos Granum from taking control of everything I have built. I'm counting on you, Tenno.
Arterial conduits. Albrecht's interlab transport and storage system for high-value goods and materials. If you can get them working, you should be able to find what Drusus needs. And more. Preparing your necromech. Waiting for you to unlock the transit card. Additional firepower authorized. If the Murmur are capable of regret, make them feel it. A docket. Excellent. Look for a conduit with a matching glyph. The Murmur have captured the dockets you need. Be aware, the Groslings have a particular appetite for dockets. That's it. Protect the conduit and watch out for enemy necromechs. They'll blow the whole apparatus up just to keep you out. For whatever reason, those little horrors eat dockets as if they were sugared biscuits. Security systems are responding to your intrusion. Watch out for explosive necromechs.
Drusus, you do remember the penalty for late don't you?
Mr. Grannon, I assure you it will not come to that. I'll have more artifacts for you very, very soon. My associate will come through for me.
New conduits at the ready, if you can find the right documents. Given the circumstances, you've done very well. Samples over here, if you please. I talk and talk of changing the past, but Tagfer has swallowed his own unthinkable grief for the sake of our common survival. That creature is a better man than I cannot lie, Tenno. I have always felt nervous in the presence of Warframes. The Orokin twisted people into weapons, and I've seen firsthand the bloody and well-deserved consequences of that act. Dante, though. In his company, I felt no such anxiety. He was warm, earnest, literate, a fellow seeker. To know that he perished in these very halls while I slept is a bitterness to me. The Drusus I knew was a genius. A quick, bright-eyed little man with a taste for fancy waistcoats. I wonder if he even remembers those days now. Or cares to. Our adversary seeks to muddy our recollection of true history. We will need reliable chronicles more than ever. Very good, Tenno. Company is always welcome down here.
Murmur. Go. The old man kept a lot of weird crap down here. Come on, who am I gonna ask? Bird? What you need? You got it.
Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Oh, me like. Ooh, conversation. Like 'em? Pretty. What you gonna do with that? Quack, quack, quack.
Ahoy, ahoy! Might you have time for a quick run? The threat persists, and we stand ready! One must be bold, but not gaudy. Indeed. as you were.
Come on. Let's at least pretend this mess can still work. I do wish my Albrecht could have met you. To do what you do would vex my sanity, Tenno. We appreciate it, Tenno. Our service is but a shadow of yours.
I'm glad to be here, but Mr. Lloyd wants to be somewhere else. Where I am, he wants to go from. But when I was where I was, I think this is where I wanted to get to. Maybe everyone's here is a there someone else wants. Maybe everyone's there is a here someone wants to leave. Maybe that's what all those voices are murmuring about all the time. Will you shut the hell up? I may not be able to see Sky Blue no more, but it makes me feel good to help you protect it. Oh, I love this bit.